wilds of American suburbia, we find our subject in the midst of a life-altering migration.
Oh my god, what am I forgetting? The other shoe?
Soon, she will be transplanted into the harsh, foreign ecosystem of Sweden.
Do I bring a towel?
A land of sub-zero winters, bizarre customs, and most terrifyingly of all, the metric system. As the reality of her impending relocation settles in, panic ensues.
I'm so stupid.
But wait, what's this?
Pick up.
Our young traveler recalls a beacon of knowledge and hope in the form of an internet connection known only as Hey Eve. A seasoned veteran of all things Sweden.
Oh. Hey, ready for the big move? Yeah. I don't know where to start, and everything just keeps piling up. I have to leave in 2 days, and school starts at the end of the week, and I don't even have an apartment yet, and... Help! Okay, first things first. You're gonna take a deep breath and walk that sack one step back and exhale. You good?
Oh, this is truly excellent. Eve's voice is bringing our young subject back to rationality. There may be hope for our subject yet.
Okay, now let's take it from the top. What is going on? The thing is that I've already packed like 3 or 4 times, but I keep unpacking because I can only bring 2 bags and I don't know what to bring. Like, how do you figure out what you're gonna need for the next 2 years? Well, of course you can't pack for 2 years. No one can pack for 2 years. How many bags did you bring when you moved? I moved in the middle of a pandemic, and something about a world-ending plague definitely clarifies what's important or not. Plus, I couldn't afford more than 1 checked bag, so, you know, decisions had to be made. And you had everything that you needed in 2 suitcases? How am I supposed to figure out how much shampoo I'm gonna need in the next 2 years? You're going about this entirely wrong. You don't need to worry about what you need for the next 2 years because, quite frankly, you can buy things here. Pack like you're going for a 2-week vacation somewhere cold-ish. You don't need to bring a parka, but you do need enough jeans, long-sleeve shirts, and sweaters to get you through 10 to 14 days, which is probably going to be about how long it takes you to figure out that you own a laundry machine. And unless you have some kind of serious allergies or are a die-hard for a certain brand, you really don't need to pack things like shampoo or toothpaste. We have that stuff. We do know what shampoo looks like in Sweden.
Ah, yes. Well spotted. In this ecosystem, some supplies will be most efficiently sourced locally.
Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense. 2 weeks, cold weather stuff. I can figure that out, I guess. So I probably don't need to bring shampoo, but I do need to bring, like, my favorite lotion, and I probably don't need deodorant. Oh, no, do bring the deodorant. Wait. Why? Swedes only ever use the sprays and the roll-on, so it's actually weirdly hard to find stick deodorant here. What do you mean they don't have stick deodorant? Actually, would you mind bringing a couple for me? I'm running low. I mean, yeah, I guess I can bring you a couple. Thank you. Weird.
The wise traveler knows when to cling to the familiar, like the comforting scent of their preferred antiperspirant.
Wait, do I need to get my license switched over to Swedish? What do you mean, license? My license? You know, like, my driver's license? Oh god, I haven't even started to figure out how I'm gonna get a car. Why would you need a car? Well, how am I supposed to get around? No. You don't need a car. There's no need for that. Your American license is good here for 6 months, but you do not need a car. We're gonna get yourself a bicycle from Loppis, Blocket, or Facebook Marketplace, and you'll be set.
In any new habitat, the key to survival is adaptation. In this instance, that means exchanging wheels and a driver's license to pedals and a chain.
I'm sorry, a bicycle? In a country with winters that have like 5 feet of snow, you want me to ride a bicycle? I know it sounds absurd, but you'll be fine. If the weather actually does get bad, you can always just take the bus. Ew. Wow. Someone's American is showing. Yeah, you might want to see to that.
No, I'm not taking the bus.
I get that Americans have a generally poor impression of public transportation in general, but just cosplay a New Yorker for a couple of weeks. You'll figure it out. You'll be fine. So how do you even
figure out where the bus goes?
There's an app for that.
Of course there's an app for that.
No, I'm quite serious. There's an app for that. Depending on what county you live in is going to dictate what bus you have. They're organized by counties. If you go to Linköping University, you're in the county of Östergötland, which means the app you need is Trafiken. I'll send it to you in a text.
In the digital age, survival tools come in the form of apps. Our young traveler is wise to seek out recommendations for the apps that will give them the most strength and usefulness in their new environment.
Yeah, no, once you have the app downloaded, just go into the app and it'll use your location and where you want to go, and it'll just tell you what bus you need to take and when it leaves. But it is a good idea to go ahead and go into the map and find the names of a couple of bus stops around where you live and where you go to work and study, just so that, if you need to take an alternate route, you're not completely lost.
Oh, and while you're at it, go ahead and get the Google Translate app and just download the Swedish language pack. That way you can access it if you don't have internet. Just in case you have no signal and stuff.
Okay.
Comes in super handy. And your school's gonna have an app
too, so you should get that one. Most schools in Sweden use Canvas. Linköping University has its own. I'll send you the link.
By equipping herself with virtual guides to navigate treacherous terrain and language barriers, our young subject is increasing her chances of success and survival.
Okay, Google Translate, bus app, school app. Got it. I still have to get to the bank.
Why do you go to the bank?
To get Swedish money. Do you guys use euros? Yeah, no, we don't use euros. We use kroner. We're in the EU, but we don't use euro. It's a thing. It's Swedish kroner, okay? But you don't need any. Sweden doesn't use cash. We haven't for years.
What do you mean you don't use cash?
You pretty much pay for everything with just either credit card or Swish.
Okay.
Can't I just use my Apple Pay?
No.
My Cash App?
No.
The Facebook one?
No.
Venmo?
No.
Well, what am I supposed to use then?
Look, just get Swish, okay?
What is a Swish? It's the payment app that we have here. The American ones won't work.
In any ecosystem, it is important to gather the tools that you need for survival. However, in Sweden, it appears that the tool of currency is no longer in use. Fascinating.
Oh, but in order to get Swish, you will need to get a bank ID. And you can't get a bank ID without a bank account. But it's super easy to apply for a bank account, once you're here and you have your personal number.
Wait.
Your Swedish personal number.
What's a person number?
That's right. You're not a citizen. Ooh. So how do I get the personal number?
What's that?
I think you're breaking up. What are you? I'm losing signal. This is a Wi-Fi call. You can't have bad reception. Hello? Good luck. Hello?
Even the most seasoned of travelers knows when to retreat. And in this case, pursuing a person number is a formidable challenge, one which is best left to someone else.
Okay, I guess I will deal with that when I get there.
Our subject will have to confront this trial on their own. Eventually. And so, our young subject sets off into the unknown, armed with new resources, knowledge, apps, and stick antiperspirant.
Gotta make room for my books.
Will they thrive in this new ecosystem? That only time will tell. But with a little luck, and perhaps another call to Eve, they will find their way. Probably. As our young subject continues to prepare for the daunting adventure ahead of them, they must ensure they have appropriate resources.
Why are you in my closet?
I believe our subject may have spotted us. What if we hold very still?
We've talked about this.
Retreat.
I do not have time for this.
eventually.